All right. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Uh, we'll be kicking off immediately. So we'll be kicking off immediately for want of time. So sign into your
I can't I?
All right. So I was saying that in the last class we covered a lot of theoretical stuff. That was why we had to fix this class, right? So this class is for purely hands-on, and I want to be out of the way as quickly as possible. So we're not going to wait for anybody to join the call. We'll jump in straight up. But let's just do a quick revision. Someone should remind me. What is SOC all about? Security Operations Center. When we say Security Operations Center, what do we mean? What is the Security Operations Center? Please, I need feedback. Who can remind me? SOC. What does it mean? Let me see those that are online. Let me call someone since people don't want to talk. Someone was in the last class. Basoin Ngoye. You're in the last class now, aren't you? Basoin Ngoye, you're in the last class. Tell us what is Security Operations Center? SOC.
Sorry, there. I wasn't in the last class, please.
Oh my. Okay, Emerald has answered. Emerald said SOC is centralized. Emerald, why now? Emerald. Why are you doing like that now? Use AI to answer. She see the big grammar she spoke. She said SOC is a centralized function within an organization that focuses on cybersecurity posture, threat detection, and incident response. Emerald, unmute yourself and explain this thing. If you know that it's not AI you used, unmute yourself and explain for us. You see how is that big grammar? But wait, you want to ask AI to break it down. Meanwhile, with other people, you can. I think I saw someone that was in the last class just now. Let me see. Francisca, because you were in the last class, right? No, yes. And explain SOC for us, Emerald. Yeah, you're using see, explain it in your own words. Explain it in your own words. Well, I need voice. This typing, you can hide behind AI. I need someone to unmute himself and explain what SOC is, Security Operations Center. I need you to explain it for me in your own terms. I don't come and giving me book definition because I need to be sure people understand what it's about. All right. Please let's be fast because I want us to go straight up into this, into the practical session. So while we are waiting for that, if you are with your, if you have opened your TryHackMe, if you've logged into your TryHackMe account, right? Just remember we're covering this defensive security intro. So just scroll down to the very last one. which that's where I am already because it's task 1, task 2, task 3. So we did task 1 and task 2 in our last class. So now task 3 is the practical aspect which we want to do today. So you just click on that and it comes out. All right, so that's what we want to do. And it's under simulating a SIEM 2, you see view site. So click on it so that it will open up. All right, so click on that. So it can load up now. Okay, then we can attempt this together. Now, when I click view site, if you notice, this is not an operating system like we used in the previous lessons. Okay, this is just like a web page that has question and answers. So you will not be able to make this one full screen. When we're using other operating systems, there was a button here that allowed us to make it full screen. This time around, there is none. It's just to exit split view or to view the site. Okay, so it doesn't look confusing. So people cannot answer. I've been asking for one question for the past how many minutes? Nobody can tell me what an SOC is. Okay, for the sake of time. Wait, so that means people did not rewatch it. Those of you that missed the class, you did not go and watch the video. But if you watch the video, you'll be able to answer what SOC is all about. Let me see. Emerald says Security Operations Center are a group of people within an organization that uncovers threats and responds to them. Emerald, why do you refuse to unmute yourself? Let me first know. Because I don't trust you. Let me see the others on this call. Okay. So if you've not watched the last class, then you should, okay? I don't want to waste time. If you did not watch the last class, after now, watch the class. You can practice along, but after now, watch the class so that you know what we're talking about very well. Right, so I'll just run through it, then we'll do the practical session, okay? Those of you just joining, open your try hack me, okay? Then, so in the last class, there were certain terminologies I touched on. I touched on SOC, but we're covering areas of defensive security. So I told people that if you're going to work for a company, if you're working for a company, you're going to be working in a team. Remember the first class we mentioned that for hacking, right, or for whether you're attacking or defending, if you're a hacker or you're a cybersecurity analyst, you're going to work with teams. That's just how it works. All right. So, for instance, the Yahoo boy that you know on the streets, most likely they have as a men. That's part of the team, even though they may not work in like the same nucleus of a team, the same unit. They're not working in the same unit, but it's a team nonetheless. Right? They have as a men that receive the money that a client sends to them. So in the illegal side, in the hacking side, they work as a team. And you that will be defending, you would also work as a team. So the name of that team you're going to be working in most companies, right, is SOC. So SOC is more like the general name for that team, for where you're going to be working in, rather. The general name. So a company might want to give it a unique name, right? But whatever unique name a company wants to give it, it doesn't change the fact that it's part of the Security Operations Center, SOC. So simply put, a Security Operations Center is a team of cybersecurity professionals or cybersecurity analysts, right? That monitor networks, non-monitor systems, detect events, cybersecurity events. So basically, they're saying it's a team of cybersecurity professionals that does all of the things that a cybersecurity professional should be doing in a company, right? Now, this part says that apart from, yes, they do monitor networks, monitor systems. Then it says that they detect malicious cybersecurity events. So the keyword here now is events. So who can remind me what events is? Because in the last class, I told you guys what it means. When you see the word events, I told you what it means. So who can tell me what do you mean when you see events? If I ask a question now, I need rapid answers. If it doesn't come, I will just move on. I will just talk about it myself. Because in the last class, and since many of you have not watched the videos on YouTube, so what's events?
Events is any activities that happen on a system.
Exactly. So I like the way he put it. He put it simply. He said is any activity. So whether it's a good activity or it's a bad activity, as long as it's an activity, right? Your system picks it, registers it, so that you can take a look at it as a cybersecurity analyst to find out if it's something that you should, jump on in terms of urgency. Is it something that's urgent? Is it something that is harmful? Right? But any event at all. And we said the reason why we use the word event is because there are certain things that happen, there are certain activities, there are certain events that actually happen that it could be positive and it could be negative. You don't know for sure. Except you go and scrutinize it, you go and look at it, you go and take another look at it. For instance, the example I gave was somebody that just logged into his account. Someone that was trying to log in, rather. Someone is trying to log into his account, but he has forgotten his password, so he has to try multiple times, right? He has to try multiple times till he gets his correct password because he knows that I think I put a full stop in my password somewhere. So he's trying multiple times. But if it was a hacker that was trying to get into that same system, of course, if the hacker doesn't know the exact password, but he has an idea or is brute forcing, that hacker is going to be trying what multiple times, right? So in that kind of an event, right? In that kind when that kind of activity takes place, your system marks that there was an event, and the event there is multiple login attempts. Okay, so that's an event. So let's move on. We talked about threat intelligence. We said that intelligence is when you gather information. Anytime you see the word insecurity, anytime you see the word intelligence, we're talking about information. So threat intelligence is gathering information about a threat. Okay. Then digital forensics and incident response. So these are two different terminologies. We talked about both of them in detail in the last class. Digital forensics. In the last class, I said that anytime you see forensics, what comes to mind? What should you think about if you see forensics? Who can remind me? Anytime you see forensics, what comes to mind?
Like investigation.
Investigation, exactly. So when we say digital forensics, then we're talking about investigating a crime that happened online, digitally or in the digital space. Right. So that's digital. That is everything that has to do with digital forensics. Then IR incident response, which said that is about how you respond as a cybersecurity analyst, right? How you respond when an incident has already occurred. And then I talked about that in detail. I mentioned how that there are four phases. Look at it here of the incident response process. The assignment I gave people was to read this up. Right. I remember saying that in the four phases, I said that these four phases, you have to know it. If you want to get certified in cybersecurity, you have to know this thing off head, the four phases of the incident response process, because you definitely are most likely going to see it in your exam, right? The exam to get the certificate. Okay. I'm not just talking for B.O.F. I'm talking like you want to get the internationally recognized certificate where you can work anywhere in the world, right? So you have to know this off head. But for now, we'll just run through it. So it's preparation, which means the team has to be prepared before the incident happens. Then they have to set systems in place to detect at events, right, or an incident, and then the cybersecurity analyst would analyze that incident. So that's detection and analysis. Right here. Containment, eradication, and recovery is three big ones. Containment means I said the last time, guys, like to put something in a container is to prevent something from spreading. Keep it small. If it has started, right, but let's keep it small. So we notice an incident, something's going wrong. Can we prevent it from growing bigger? Containment. Eradication means to put it out. We don't want that at all. So let's cancel it completely. And then recovery is all about things has gone wrong in our organization already. The hacker has done some things already. How can we undo those things and take the system back to the way it was before it started? Right. So they will give an example here. If it was a system that was infected with a computer virus, we need, first of all, the containment is stopping the virus from spreading. Okay, eradication is removing the virus from the system, right? And then recovery is taking, definitely, the virus might have destroyed some files. So if we can recover our system, if we can put it back to the way it was just before the virus started acting on it, and that's recovery. Then post-incident activity means the activity that we do after there has been an incident and we have carried out all the previous steps, right? So what that is usually is that we write a document to submit to the higher authorities, and then including the stakeholders, of course, and then we'll go over the lessons that we learned when we're trying to contain, eradicate, and recover, so that we can use the lessons that we learn in future similar incidents. So malware analysis, we talked about malware analysis, so we talked about virus, Trojan, ransomware. I think this was also part of the assignments. Yes, this was definitely part of it. I told you guys to read up Trojan horse, as well as ransomware. So let me put it like this. Who can tell me what is a ransomware? Who can tell me what is a ransomware? Okay, think crypto. Think crypto. That is the name of the account I'm seeing here. So you raise your hand. You can answer. Think crypto. I don't know if you are speaking, but I can't hear you. I can see your mic is not muted, but I can't hear you. I don't know if the others can hear you. The rest of you guys, can you hear him?
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. So think crypto, we cannot hear you. Who else? Who can answer the question for us? Who else can answer the question while he works on his?
I think, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good.
I think it's a kind of, will I say, virus,
Okay.
or maybe that locks your account, or maybe locks your system, and at the end of the day, they will demand for payment before they will unlock it.
Yes, like ransom. Exactly. Exactly. It's almost like kidnapping, but for digital files, right? If they take over your system or they take over your website, whatever it is they're able to take over your network, what they do is that they lock everything down with code, of course. They lock it down, and then they will demand that you make a payment. Let me show you what that looks like. You will just see a screen. You just see a screen that looks something like this. Or let's say you just turn on your computer, you just see. Okay. Yes, I'm coming. Yes. So you would see something like this on your screen, saying, "Oops, your files have been encrypted." There are different types, but this is one of these. This is the major one. This is what the major one looks like. It will just be this big thing on your screen. You cannot use any of the files on your computer. It will tell you that your files have been encrypted, and if you want to get them back, you need to make payments via Bitcoin. And a lot of times we've seen that how that when you lock your system like this, even after making payments, it's just like even after making payment, they would still not unencrypt your files. Or even if they do, even if they free your system, they will delete everything. So it's terrible. It's almost like a kidnapper that kidnaps people and demands for ransom, and after they pay, they will just still kill the person instead of releasing the person, or something like that. So for organizations, it's actually very terrible. But we'll cover how to unlock that later. There are tools for that. But it's not for all. If it's a 0-day attack, you will not be able to find a solution. Anyways, moving on. So yes, you guys did the assignment. If you did not, go and watch the video, do the assignment. Okay. So yes, that's that. Straight up. The next thing I told you guys to read up static analysis and dynamic analysis. Anyways, we'll do this as we make progress. The practical session as we make progress. We'll actually use tools that's for static and dynamic analysis, looking for malware and all of that. Okay, so static analysis is all about you're trying to find how a malicious program works, right? But you don't want to execute it. Okay. Then dynamic analysis means you want to execute it, but you want to execute it in a controlled environment and then monitor how the thing is working. But there are tools for that. Okay. So static means it's not moving, dynamic means it's moving. In one of them, there's a website. There are several websites, not there is a website. There are several websites where you can find malware. All right. You can find malware, you can download it for research purposes. But there are a lot of things that go to being able to download that malware because they need to be sure of who you are before they can allow you to download the malware. But they are available online. Okay. But if you want to just get malware, right, you don't want to follow all that process of that stress, you will find malware on GitHub. A lot of malware are on GitHub. People build malware, put it on GitHub, so you can download it from wherever you are. Then if you are good in coding, or if you can find a way around it, you can activate the malware and then begin to use it. Or with certain tools, there are certain if you download certain malware, there are certain tools that allow you to use it like that without setup. Or some have already been set up for certain tools. Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it. Some have already been set up for certain tools. So you just download them and use it straight away. Anyways, so if you want to test the malware, there are two ways you can go about that. You can use static analysis or dynamic analysis. So when we say static analysis, what we're saying is that we will not run the malware. We will just leave it as it is and scan it without running it. Scan it, scan it, scan it, and try to find out what does it do. If it were running, what kind of damage can this malware cause? Right? That's static analysis. Then dynamic means we'll actually click it, let the thing run. Let's see what damage it can cause. But then we'll do it in a contained area. And that contained area could be another operating system, but a virtual operating system. So don't cause any physical damage to the computer. Right? That is virtualized operating system. It could be you could also run it on in a sandbox, a sandbox environment. A sandbox is something that is like cushion. It protects you want to run the malware, but you run it on your own computer. But you use a sandbox so that it protects your computer from actually being infected. It makes it recreates or it mimics the environment of your computer to the malware. So the malware thinks it's actually working on your computer, but it's working on a mimicked version that has that is put in such a way that it cannot break out to come and affect your own system. You understand? Something like that. But sometimes, there are times where some malware are programmed to detect that they're in a sandbox environment, and so they will not do anything. You click run, but they will not run because they are detecting it that, oh, we are not in a real system, we're in a system that has been fashioned deliberately to test us. So will not do anything. They will not be able to know our potential until when we enter a real system. That's the way some are the program. Some are able to break through if the sandbox, maybe let's say it's not updated, they're able to break through the sandbox and find their way to your system and cause they will wreak havoc. Okay, someone raised his hand. Richard, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my question is that the common idea that we have for hackers that they are illegals, like the people who are around, trying to hack people's accounts. But is it possible for a company now to employ maybe professional professional hackers who can, maybe the company will create a maybe an app that can prevent hackers from hacking into the system. Then the hackers will try to like find a way of breaking the um software. That's my question.
Your question is not very clear. Are you asking what if the company would employ hackers to come and that first of all, you said the company would build an app that the function of that app is to prevent hackers. Then you will
Yes,
not bring hackers to come and test it.
yes.
So, like, how does that work exactly? If they build an app that is to prevent hackers, how is the app supposed to prevent hackers? In what way?
So like to prevent them from entering maybe their system or whatever they're using to work.
Okay, so uh antivirus started off by the beauty set to just you know fight viruses in your computer. But as time went on, because new startup companies that also do antivirus are looking for a way to break into the market, they will then offer more services than just antivirus protection. So apart from antivirus, you began seeing anti-malware protection, right? And then moving on, you started to see things like endpoint detection and response. And the kind of softwares we're not seeing now were more holistic in what they do as regards to protecting your computer, right? However, you need to understand that the race between hacker and defenders is like the race between police and thief. So if you say, can a company not just produce one app that will prevent hackers? It's like saying, can police not just produce one app that will prevent thieves? There is nothing you want to do. If you do, if they actually get to create an app that can prevent thieves from stealing, it's only for some time. It's only for so long. After some time, thieves will find a way to still steal, even with that app that has been created. And because of that, the police will then need to now bring out another app or another version of that app, an upgraded version that can now prevent that new style that the thieves have found. Let's prevent that from block that particular that route or that particular way. And guess what will happen? It will work for some time. And after some time, what will happen? The thieves will now find another way again. That is the race. It's a constant race. Is that race is as old as history, right? It's as old as mankind itself. That is the race between the hacker and those that are trying to protect companies. If you just produce one app, of course, the app is evolving from antivirus to anti-malware to EDR, right? But no matter any new feature they bring on board, any new feature they add, with time, people will find a way to bypass it. Even the Yahoo, you don't say Yahoo is going to cast all this kind of talk. Yahoo cast, Yahoo cast. Facebook is hard to find this and that. Those all those kind of talk. Of course, for a period, it will be hard. After some time, they'll find a new way to bypass. Don't you know the cybersecurity analysts that are fighting these Yahoo boys? Cybersecurity analysts in Facebook, right? After some time, they will bypass it. And when they bypass it, that's what they call updates. When somebody has been able to now bypass, oh, this is how it's working now, then it means it's now a new update on the street. Meanwhile, if the cybersecurity analysts develop something that can now prevent those Yahoo boys, it's also an update because then they'll tell you to update your Facebook. Update your Facebook. You go to Google Play and now update your Facebook. Your update will now prevent their update from working. Then you now start looking for their own update to bypass your update. Do you understand? So I think that answered your question. Did that answer your question?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, so that's how it works. So let's move on to the practical session. So if you click on view sites, if you're using, I was aware that some of you were using a mobile phone, so I was asking for feedback. How was it? You guys said it was tough, so I want to go and try it. Yeah, it's interesting because actually I didn't think one would use his mobile phone for tracking, but you can. At least so far so good. So far so good. I know we'll get to. There's some rooms that you really struggle. You will really struggle. Metasploits and some other ones like that. So when we get to hacking proper, you will struggle. But so far so good. So you can follow on if you're with your phone, you can follow on with your phone for this particular one or your system. So just click on view side, and this side will come up. So the first question, they said that we should inspect the alerts in our SIEM dashboard. Remember, I said this is not pronounced SIEM, it's pronounced SIEM. SIEM is security information and event management. So we'll talk about how that security information is all about what informs you about the security of your systems in the company, right? Then event management it brings all the different events of, because imagine only my system. By the time I put on my system, that is an event. My system will log it. It's an event, right? Whatever activity I'm doing on my system will be logged. So the more activities, the more events. So imagine I stay on my system as a staff in the company from morning to evening, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, right? A lot of events would have gathered. And I'm just one staff. So imagine a company that has 100 staffs. How do we manage all those events? Right? So it seems to that's what EM stands for there, event management. Okay, so event management here means that they'll collect all those different events from the 100 different staffs, the systems of the 100 different staffs, and bring it to one dashboard that will allow me manage all the events in one place. See, Gaga, you have a question?
Yeah, it's not a question actually. On my
Okay.
Try Hack Me dashboard,
Uh,
it is showing offensive, not defensive.
okay, offensive is the first room we did, and we're finished offensive now. That was probably in the second class, wasn't finished offensive. So we're
Away.
done with offensive. Now we're in defensive. If you've
Oh,
not, if you've not watched the videos on YouTube, please go back and watch them. So from
all right.
introduction to security here, you can what you do now, where you are, just click on learn. This learn here. Click learn again. Right. Then learning parts. On learning parts, remember we said it's pre-security we're doing. So click pre-security. When you click pre-security, then click the right one. Okay, no, I didn't click the right one. Click pre-security. Yes. Or cybersecurity 101, anyone is the same. But when you click that, then you click defensive, not offensive. Defensive. See, offensive is the first one. We were done with that. So you click defensive. Yeah, so under defensive, you see that 3 tasks, task 1, 2, and 3, 1, 3, which is the practical part. Okay, then you can click on view site, the green button. Okay. So are you with us? Okay. Basoin
Yeah,
is with us.
I'm trying to do that.
Okay. The rest of us, are we there? Are you with your are you logged into your track me? Are you on defensive security? Have you opened your SIM tool? Let's get feedback. Okay, once you are there, just let me know. We'll push. The
Okay,
rest
I'm
of
there
you,
now. I'm there now.
all right. So let's go on. So if you click on view site, then this would have opened up. And now they asked us, they say that we should inspect the alerts. These are the alerts that our SIM has gathered. Our SIM dashboard, our SIM tool has gathered the different events from all the different computers and put it to one dashboard for us. Right. So now we want to look at this dashboard and we want to analyze it. Because we are cybersecurity analysts. Look at it, a day in the life of a junior security analyst. So this associate you are seeing here is another name. So if they call you associate security analyst, it means you're a junior security analyst. Okay. So now we want to analyze this thing as cybersecurity analyst that we are. So this is an alert log, right? It means they are logging all the different alerts on the systems. To log means to save, basically. They're saving all the alerts on the different systems. Okay. So let's read the first question. Okay, no. There's no first question. The first question is this one here, that we should inspect it and that we should find the malicious IP address from all the alerts. Then we should take note of the malicious IP address. We talked about what an IP address is in one of the our previous classes, right? We should take note of that malicious IP address, and then we should click on the alert to proceed. So let's go through all these alert logs and find the malicious IP address. So these are multiple logs. The first log, when I put my cursor on it, it says this is the date and this is the message. It says there was a successful SSH authentication attempt from this particular IP address. So that is from IP this port 22. Now we'll talk about what ports are later. Okay, SSH authentication is just another way you can log into your system. Now, if you want to log into your system, you as a normal user, if you want to log into your system, you just on your computer, right, and then a graphical user interface comes up, meaning you see buttons, you click a button here, you type something, you click another button, and you log in, right? That is a graphical user interface. But this SSH login now that I'm talking about here is not that type where you're seeing buttons that you can click, you can drag and drop, not that type. It's just text in your command line or in your terminal. We use the terminal the other class, right? So people can log in to a system using terminal. All right, we'll learn how to do that. I think we'll be able to do. I think yeah, definitely we should be able to cover how to use SSH before this our free class ends. So at least this first free class ends. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to cover that. So SSH just have someone logged in. If I keep my mouse on it, it's showing green that it was successful. It was a successful login attempt. Right? Authentication. We'll go about what that means later. The successful attempt. The second one shows red. It says there was an unauthorized connection attempt from this other IP address here. Unauthorized. Unauthorized. Who can tell me the meaning of unauthorized? Who can tell me the meaning of unauthorized?
It means something that is not official. Like it is not
Approved. It's not
yeah,
approved.
yeah,
There's
it's
no
not
permission.
Yeah.
There's no
Permitted, no
permission.
permission. Exactly. Yes. So this second one now is showing red that somebody was trying to log in here, someone was trying to connect. Unauthorized connection attempt. Means someone was attempting to connect, and the person does not have permission. And we are seeing that the IP address is from this one here, this IP address here. Remember, they say we should take note of the IP address. So move on to the next one. They said this user, John Doe is the name of the user. Many of you, if you have not come across his name before, John Doe, if you've done programming, you must have come across the name before. Or if you know how to build website, if you know how to build, basically in tech, they use John Doe like it's a name that we use for people that we just imagine. They just come up with one particular fiction character that we can use for different things, right? John Doe is the name. So this user, John Doe, logged in successfully. Now, it's a user that we know. Okay. Move on to the next one. This event ID, we'll go over how to use event IDs later on. Okay. Multiple field login attempts from John Doe. So this user, John Doe, we know John Doe now, but he was trying to log in multiple times. It did not work, but at least we know it's from John Doe. And then this one says log on failure. Specified account password has expired. So somebody was trying to log on, but the account had expired. The account's password has expired. But this first one is green, red, green, green, green. And this red one is showing unauthorized connection attempt. The question says that we should find the malicious IP address from the alerts. You can now tell me which one is the malicious IP address.
I think it's John Doe.
John Doe. Why?
Because apparently I think there was a successful login, but like it's not showing the IP address.
IP address. Okay. Okay. Who else can try? Let me see. Let's know our perspective first. Someone has dropped an answer in the comment. Okay, no. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else can try? Come on, come on, come on. I need someone so that we can move. Who else can try? Nobody else can try. It's to try you. Come on, we're at 20. We're at 20 on this group call. So much you give the shot. Someone should give it a shot.
Is the second one.
Is the second one?
Yeah.
How do you say so?
It's unauthorized now. Unauthorized connection attempts detected from. It's not supposed to be.
There was
I
no
know.
permission, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now if you look at the dates, if you look at the dates, you take note of something. You see dates first, then time. Date, time, date, time, date and time, date and time. The reason why I'm just breaking it down like this because if you are working for a company and you are using a SIEM tool you've not used before, you're not familiar with that SIEM tool. If you take your time to observe it, right? You've never used it before, but you can just take your time, observe it. You will find out that you can actually get the answer for most things you're looking for as a newbie in the company. All right. So let's look at the time closely. Let's look at the time because the date is the same day that all of these things happen now. 8, which is on the 8th of they didn't tell us the month, but on the 8th. 8. So it's the same day that all of them happened, right? Now let's look at the time. This one is saying that it happened around 7:43. This I know you're looking at this in a 7:43. Okay, this is microseconds. So this 142 here is microseconds. So this is seconds, this is minutes, and this is what? And this is hour now. So yes, exactly. So if this happens 7:43, this one happens 7:40. This one happened 5:23. This one happened 5:23. This one happened 5:13. It means that looking at it now, which one happened first? Is it from top down or is it from down up?
I think it's from down up.
Yes, it's from down up.
It's from down
So
up.
it means
From down
this,
up.
yes, from down up. So this
Look at
one
the
happened
time.
first, then this one, yes, then this one, right? Then this one, then this one. So if you look at this first guy here, this somebody's account password had expired. Moving on, John Doe was trying to log in multiple times, it no work, right? Moving on, John Doe logged in successfully. We know it's John Doe because it says the user John Doe, so we know it's John Doe. We know that John Doe is somebody we know, all right? Then somebody we don't know was trying to now log in, right? Using this particular IP. Then the person now actually logged in using that IP because if you look at it, this IP address here is the same. Oh no, I already clicked it. Oh, okay, let me go back. I mistakenly clicked it, so the thing was showing that I've already chosen an answer. Yes, so back here. But if you take a, I wanted to highlight the IP address, right? But if you just take a look at it, you notice that the IP address in this red one, this second one, is the same IP address in the first one. And we know we're coming from down up, right? So it means the first attempt the person made, this person that we do not know that does not have permission, the first attempt the person made to log in did not work, but then the person then successfully logged in. So it means this one is the suspicious IP address. This IP address is the suspicious IP address because we don't know who it's from. It's unauthorized. All right, it's unauthorized. And if you another way, you see the SIM tool is color coded so that even if you've not read through, you've not actually taken your time to go through the way we just did, from the color you can know which one is wrong. Okay, so The first one is green, red, green, green, green. So automatically red means evil. I know red means love, but in this case, the hackers don't love you. So this red is the one that is off. So any questions so far? Do you understand? Was that clear?
Yes.
All right.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
where the second unauthorized connection failed. Yeah. And it was done before the first, moving up before the first one that was
Yes.
successful. And why
Yes.
did the IP, the same IP that was logged in here and it failed, now succeeded up the second attempt?
Okay. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to cover SSH authentication. We're going to log in by ourselves later. All right. So I will see how SSH works. Right. But if you want to SSH into a system, if you want to SSH into a system, or you want to log into a system. Now, let's assume I want to log in, and let me use something else. So this is my computer, for instance, right? We said that an IP address is just a way to identify every computer on the internet, right? So just wait, let me see what someone dropped in the comments. Okay, it was Ogaga. So this is my computer now, right? I want to log in with my computer. My computer has an IP address. Let's call my IP address X. It's constant, it's not changing, right? X is my IP address for this my computer. Now, I tried to log in the first time with my IP address, which is X. I tried to log in the first time, it did not work. So probably the password was not correct, right? The password I put was not correct. So me using my IP address X to attempt to log in failed because the password was not correct. Then I got the correct password somehow. I tried again with the same IP address, and then it was successful because now I have the correct password. Automatically, I'm in now, right? So my IP address will not change because it's still the same device I'm using. But now I have the correct password, so I will log in. So is that clear?
Quite well, sir.
Okay. So this one is the one. Someone ask another question. Okay, so this is the one that is what off. So just click on that. Now look at this. They say there are websites on the internet that allow you to check the reputation of an IP address so that you actually confirm whether it's a malicious IP address or not. So this is an example of such websites. This is an example. This example you're seeing here now is not a real example. It's just the one they built into this platform for you to check whether the IP address true is evil or is not evil. So remember I told us that we should take note of the IP address. I did not take note of it, so I have to go back. Let me go back and just copy the IP address quickly. So this is the IP address. I'll just copy it now. Copy. So I'll click the correct answer, which is this red one. Now they say we should not check if the IP address is correct or not. So we'll just paste the IP address here, paste it, and submit it. Then it will tell us whether it's malicious or not. Whether malicious, remember, you know what malicious means now. So look at it. This thing just scanned the IP address for us and told us this nigga. See, they are malicious. So because it here, they put in big red so you can see clearly that this we've seen this IP address do wonders on the internet before. It's malicious. Do you understand? And they're telling you that the internet service provider, ISP means internet service provider, right? In Nigeria, your internet service provider is the people that are giving you network. So it's MTN, Glo. So whoever owns his IP, the person giving him network, the internet service provider for that person, is China Mobile Communications Corporation. So it means that this person is most likely in China, right? And as you can see here, they won't tell you where the country that the person is from. It's from China, that is clearly. So it means it's a China. The person that was trying to hack our system is from China. It's a Chinese hacker that was trying to break into our system just now. But thankfully, thanks to this website, we were able to know. So then they're telling you that there are many this kind of platform now, this is a dummy example they gave us, right? If you want to find real ones, look at their real ones like this. This name of one, abuse IPDB, which is IP database. IP DB is database. So if you let's open that quickly. So now I just search abuse IPDB on Google. So I'll just click on it, right? It's a database of different IP addresses that you can use to check if the IP address is good or if it's not, right? Oh God, this IP address. Yes, so let's take that same IP address that we use to practice. Let's test it in this real IP database. Let's test it here. It's almost the same thing as you can see. There's a search bar. You just paste the IP address you want to search, right? I just click check. Okay, to check it for us, right? They said this IP address was found in their database and that the IP address has been reported 2 times. However, the confidence of abuse is 0%. The ISP is from Digital Ocean, blah, blah. The country is India. Now, look at it now. So this particular one is telling us that this IP address is not harmful. Let's try again. Let's try a different IP database, all right? They gave us more than one here. Let me show you the other one. So I'm sharing this other I'm back here now. This is the first one we just tried. I've used IPDB, right? Let's try Cisco. Cisco is a major tech company, all right? So they have Talos Intelligence, one of their apps, which intelligence, remember, is information. So let's try that in our browser. Cisco Talos Intelligence. This first one that came out, look at the sponsor there, so that is not them. I think there's sponsored here, meaning it's an ad. So you scroll down, look for the real one. You want to look at it here. This is them here. Cisco Talos Intelligence. We click on that one. Phishing involves blah 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 blah. Let's look at it. I just scroll down. I didn't click in there. I just scroll down. It's the same thing now. Look at here. You can search if it's an IP address. You can paste an IP address. But apart from IP address, they say you can also paste a URL. So let's assume you don't know the IP of a website, but you know the name of the website. I want to check if it's fishy. You can just paste the name of that website. Yeah. Let's say. Let me see. Let's just try which one. This one was coming to my mind just now. Okay, you cannot use something like track myself. You cannot use trackme.com, right? It will check it for you, but I'm not going to search that. So you can check an IP, a URL, a domain, a file. You can also search files, file hash actually. Right? This one we'll go over how to do it later on. So, okay, no, let's paste our IP here that we wanted to test. So just collect the IP from there and just paste it here now. So this is the same IP that we've been testing since. So just click on search. Let Cisco search it for us. Let's see what Cisco has to say. Okay, so it says I should verify that I'm a human being. Who knows why they tell us to verify that we are human beings? You can tell me why. It's part of cybersecurity.
To be sure that you are not a robot.
Okay, but the robots use computers. The robots use computers.
Yes, they do. Yes,
How?
they do.
How?
I think it has to do with them knowing that a human being operating the system and not maybe animal or something else.
You don't be lying. If you be my dog, if you be saying that my dog, they try log in the website.
I'm
my dog
telling
is very
you.
intelligent. So. Okay. You guys have not given me the answer yet. The robots use computers. This is not why we came home. This is a side note. While okay. You want to say something?
I
I
Robots,
I think
Okay, Gaga, I want to say something.
yeah, I was going to say I think the robots themselves like is a computer, is a type of computer. And then it's also
Okay.
programmed as well. So I think it's maybe something that has to do with the programming of the computer, which is the robot itself.
Yes, perfect. Exactly, that's correct. So a programmer or a hacker, right, uses tools to do most of the work. Most of the work is automated is with the use of tools, all right? So if I program a tool or a computer to do something for me, when the computer goes to do that task, if he hits this prove you are not a robot, it will find difficulty proving that it's not a robot. All right, because it's not like an actual robot that they built somewhere, or it's not my dog. I know my dog is intelligent, but intelligent is like that because they search Cisco Talos intelligence. Understand? So when the computer, what someone programmed, right, the tool, when he has programmed it and he wants to go and carry that activity, if he's met with that, except he's also programmed to pass that prove you're not a robot, except he's also programmed for that, he will not be able to pass there. Right? So that's what that is. So that was side by the side. So we just tested it now with Talos Intelligence. And they're telling us that the location is also India. Remember the first one told us the location was India. Abuse IPDB said it's India. Cisco is also saying it's India. Okay. And they're telling us what's the reputation of this IP. They say it's neutral. Okay. So now we confirmed with two different database, IP database, so that we can be sure, right? But there is one more I would like us to use, which is Virus Total. I think Virus Total also does this. Virus Total. Now, the reason why I'm showing us Virus Total is because Virus Total is like the baba of all of them. Is the main one. Like if you're a cybersecurity analyst, you must know Virus Total. You understand? So all these different ones we've been going through, you can just bookmark them. You don't have to bookmark mine. Like in my own now, just click this star here to bookmark it. But I'm not going to do it because this is our official Chrome. But I bookmark most of all these things on my own personal browser, yeah, an account. Okay, so in this case now, this one looks a bit different. It looks a bit different, bro. Look at the search. It's the same thing. Look at the search bar. The search bar is up here. But you might be looking for the search bar somewhere here, but look at it here. It's up here. I see it. So you just paste the IP address there, click search, or click enter. So it's loading. Let's see what Virus Tutor gives us. Okay. Now, see, Virus Tutor said that 1 out of 94 security vendors flagged this IP address to be malicious. So the way Virus Tutor actually works is that it uses up to 94 vendors. So the vendors we're talking about now are companies or top consultants that their work is to when there's a new outbreak of a virus or there's a malicious website or just anything that's harmful to organizations, right? These guys, it's their job to go and hunt it. It's called threat hunting. They go and hunt that threat. They go and look for it, gather as much information as they can about that thing, and then come up. They put it on their own websites. All right. So each of these 94, let's say there are 94 companies, for instance, each of them will post about that thing on their website. What Virus Total does is that it will check what the 94 of them have to say about that IP address or that file hash or that URL that you want to check. It will check what all 94 of them have to say and then give you feedback based on what the 94 of them said. All right. So now it's telling you that out of 94, it's only one that said these people they are funny, they're malicious, right? And then they tell you that the location is also India. So we can be sure now that we've got 3 of them told us that it's India. We can be sure that this IP address is coming from where? India, not China. Even though the one that our track we told us is there from China, right? Because it's just a dummy example. But the real place we know that this thing is actually from where? From India. Okay. And look at now, just look at the security vendors. They brought out the list of all of them, the 94 of them. Look at it. So okay, no, I don't think this is 94. I think they just brought the top ones. Anyways, Criminal IP is one of those companies, and Criminal IP said it's malicious. I see. Look at it, they say it's suspicious. Abuse 6 said it's clean. All of these other ones here said it's clean. Open Fish said it's clean. Slot said it's clean. Okay, look at that. If you just go through everything, SOC Radar said this. Okay, they've not even rated it in SOC Radar. So they don't know about it there. That's the meaning. Okay. So it means it's not if 1 out of 94, if someone score 1 over 94, then it's not pass now. So this is not a particularly malicious IP address. It's not malicious. Okay. That's in real life. But in this try hack me example we're doing here, it is malicious. I hope you understand the difference from what I've been saying so far.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So let's answer that question quickly. I've closed the other tab, so let's ask. So okay, let's see what they have to say here. Okay, yeah. So here they were just telling us that the local, the other IP databases you can use to check it, and we've checked it already. So let's move on to the next. Now they said that you should not worry too much if there was a failed authentication attempt. But then, if you notice, there was a successful one from that same malicious IP. So it means, there is a problem, right? There's problem. The fact that that malicious IP could actually log in successfully, that means it's a problem. Okay. Now they said that you are going to be working in a team, and you need to the fact that someone logged in successfully, someone that is not authorized, it means you're supposed to go and report this event to somebody else. You're supposed to report it to the person that is higher than you. Remember, you are a junior security analyst. You just say come. So they are not the one in charge of actually handling it. Your job is to detect it and then report to who's above you. So who are we going to report to? Are we going to report to Dominic? This is Dominic. Dominic is the sales executive in the company. Or should we report to Nadia? Nadia is the security consultant. Or should we report to Caroline? Caroline is the information security architect. Now, or should we report to Will? Will is the SOC team lead. That's the next question. We have to pick the correct one. Who can tell me who I'm supposed to report to? Someone tell me, who are we to report to? Let me see people that
I
can
think
add
we
this.
are
Someone,
supposed to Will, the SOC
okay.
team lead,
Why?
because he's the head, is the God. Is
Your
the
answer is
security operation
center.
is in the security operation center.
Okay.
I think it's a
And
cyber security professional, and their job is to monitor network
who?
and
Who's that? Who are we talking about,
SO,
Emmanuel?
SOC team.
Okay, the SOC team lead.
Yes.
Please take note of the name is not team, it's team lead, though, meaning he's the leader of that team.
Team lead. I know.
Okay. So there's a lot of answers in the comment section. Let me read them. It says will. Okay, so sorry about that. So let's check if that was the answer. My network went out. Okay, so let's click on will. Let's see if you guys are correct. Okay. So they said that will give us the permission, which means okay, this my screen was not showing. So I clicked on will. I clicked on will and it was correct. So they said that now will has given us the permission to block that IP address. All right. And we can proceed to implement a block rule. So let's block the IP address. So we'll just impute the IP address here and then click on block. So this thing that's going on here is that this is a simplified form of using a firewall. Many of you have heard of firewall before, right? Maybe you've never used a firewall. Maybe you have, but you didn't really configure it yourself, right? It's one of the things you learn in cybersecurity. You must be able, there's no way you want to be cybersecurity unless you cannot program firewall. You understand? You cannot configure firewall because it's not really coding. It's not coding. Okay, but you must be able to use firewall. So this is a like extra simplified version of a firewall. Firewall is not this. It's simple. A firewall is simple to use, but like it's not this simplified. Okay, so we just pasted that malicious IP now and click on block. There's this invalid IP address. Is that not the IP address okay, the reason why I said it was invalid was because I gave a space at the end of the IP address. That's what I said invite. I just remove the space and click enter. So they say we block the malicious IP address. We block that account that was trying to hack us from China. So let's copy this. This is called a flag. Okay. This text here now is called a flag. Where you see some text, you now see this curved bracket, right? And then text is inside it. It's called a flag. So if you partake in CTFs, which is capture the flag competitions, they will give you a system, and maybe you'll try to go and hack the system or defend the system, whichever one it is. When you have done what they ask you to do in that system, you get a flag. All right. So this flag is the answer that you go and put. In this case, now that's the answer we'll put here. Right. Look at this, and then press submit. So once you get what is the flag that you obtain? Okay. Once you get the flag, if you are partaking in a CTF, for instance, it's a competition. CTF is a competition. So if you get the flag for this thing, then it means usually it's time-based competition. First to get the flag type of something. First to get the flag. Google does CTFs every year. They do CTFs every year. First to get, like, you see a lot of Indians, a lot of Chinese people attending those competitions. And I mean, some of these guys, they've built their own tools that automate several basic processes, so that by the time they're looking for flag like this, the flag, and whoever gets it gets the money. It's like $10,000 or something like that. Google's one should be more than $10,000, sure. But there are different flag competition recently of recently started doing more capture the flag competitions in Lagos, right? But it's not very rampant yet in Nigeria. And part of the reason is because the Nigerian banks are not investing in that, but abroad, banks, they host capture the flags, organizations host capture the flags. But here in Nigeria, security is not very much value because corporate crime is not on the high side here in Nigeria. Like, why should you hack a Nigerian company or a Nigerian bank only to steal, let's say, 200 million naira? 200 million naira is not much now. It's not much because if you steal that, the equivalent of it in dollars is small money. So why not just go for a bank abroad instead and just steal $200 million from there? When you convert it to naira, you know everywhere it goes. Something like that. Something like that. But I said in the first class that hackers go forget. Yeah. 30 on your screen saying congrats. Yeah. That was the in the next class. Let me see what we're covering. Let me see. Well, so any question? While I look at it to see what we're covering in the next class. Any question? This network is not strong at all. Anyone in this class? Any question?
I have a question.
Okay, all right.
What's the full meaning of this
What's the question?
SSH authorization and
Secure
CM
shell. SSH. Okay, and what?
and CHM?
CHM. This is CHM.
Yes.
What did you see CHM? Is it CHM you're talking about? CHM?
The last one you just talked about, I did not get it.
Wait. I'm not sure of the second one you're asking of. But SSH means okay, type your question. Let me be sure of the second one. SSH means secure shell. Okay, shells. Someone is asking how to install Kali Linux. Okay, I'll put that one as a bonus at the end of this class so that if those that want to stay to see how to install it can stay, while the rest of you can go offline. Okay, so where was I? Yes, it asks what is SSH. SSH means secure shell. Okay, SH means shell in
Yes.
cybersecurity. Yes, so let me see. Let me open my terminal here. If you open your terminal, you will notice your terminal is a particular type of shell. So terminals there are different types. A terminal has different types of shell. So when we're talking about shells, basically what should come to your mind is terminals. Okay. So we have BASH bash, which is born something shell. Can't remember the born again shell. Yes, bash is born again shell. We have ZSH. We have FSH. Then SSH is secure shell, which is all about using a particular port 22, to log into the system. Anytime we get SSH, just think of it like another way to log into the system. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So Brig said, sorry to take you back, but I don't understand the topic. What do you mean by the topic? What do you mean by the topic? The topic is, if you don't understand the topic is broad. So what do you mean? So I would advise you unmute yourself if you can and explain so that you can be faster with it. You can be faster. Let me see. We're not going to cover that careers in cybersecurity. It's theory. I want us to go to the next hands-on, the next practical thing. Those of you that want to install Kali Linux, you will hang around after this class. So I will just walk you through it. Okay, she said you don't understand how to identify scammers. How to identify? That's not what we're going over. We're talking about how to block. Okay, well, it's to identify and block suspicious activities. That's what we're going over using a SIEM tool. That's what we did in the class. How to identify and block them. So if you don't understand it, I need to be sure what part you don't understand because the video we made available on YouTube. You can go and rewatch everything. You can watch everything again from beginning and follow along. So any part you don't understand, you can ask on the group. even if I'm not online, the rest of them, the others used to answer, so they can tell you, okay, this is what that is, and they can guide you through it. All right. Yes. So, any other question? Okay, so we're going to networking. Networking is the next thing we do in our class. Networking is a major part of cybersecurity. Like networking is even a part of cybersecurity that people can measure in. The way you can measure in hacking and specialize in hacking. There are some people that specialize in networking. And then the main certificate for if you want to specialize in networking, especially in Nigeria, is CCNA, Cisco's networking certificate. Okay. Uh, if you did computer science, specializing in networking will not be a bad one. It's very important to work in telecoms. Okay, so we'll do networking. Networking has a lot of theory. Networking has a lot of theory. So what will happen? We won't go through it like this, so that it doesn't hold us back. There's a lot of theory here. I will have to come up. I'll form a note for that, so that it can be compact. Because the reason why networking has a lot of theories is because networking is very, very broad. And if you go into it without understanding those theoretical concepts, it will confuse you. All right. So that's what we'll do in the next class. Any other question? So that we can go straight to Kalini notes. Okay, so no other question. In the absence of any other question, let's call it a day. So this is the end of the class. You can go offline now. Those of you that want to
Good night, sir.
yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
In our, all right, good night, Andy. In our master class, we would actually install Kali Linux and we use Kali Linux. Okay. Okay, so if you want to install Kali Linux, now we're going to need a virtualization tool, which is a tool, basically, I will talk about it already. It's a tool that lets you run an operating system in your operating system. And yes, it's possible for you to install Kali Linux as a full operating system without putting it inside another operating system on your laptop. But that one can be a real tough. Yeah, good night, Togaga. That can really be a headache. All right, that can really be a headache. So you don't want that. Or at least have Kali running first. If you've been able to set up Kali, then we can talk about that one some other time. You can then if you want to run it in your VMware, right? Then we can talk about running it as from your flash drive directly later on. So the first thing you want to download then is virtual workstation. VMware workstation. So you just search VMware workstation. Now, if you download it from here, I downloaded this in the other time for you guys. If you download it from here, from the official website, I think recently they will stress you because they will tell you that you should go and sign up. You should sign up. Then make sure that thing again. They'll ask you for your company mail. If you don't have a company mail, to put in your personal mail, they will stress you unnecessarily. So, but I think this is the official website. Broadcom, it would really stress you. So I think it may be a better idea to download it from TechSpot. Yes, let's see if TechSpot will redirect you to the official website. Because TechSpot, okay, they will not. Exactly. If they will redirect you to the official website, you will struggle. So let's download it from TechSpot instead. So I want to download it for Windows. So this seems to be the latest version here. I just click on that, close this. And so I should click here, the download does not begin automatically. So it will start downloading automatically. I'm just waiting for it to start. It has started. Look at it here. So it's downloading. It's 245 MB. Take note. I'm not going to download that, right? But you need it to download. So I will cancel it. Allow your own to finish downloading, all right? If you want to finish downloading, installing it is not complex. It's a matter of clicking yes, yes. I don't know how those things work. Yes, it's not complex at all. Okay. Now, after you've installed your VMware or your VMware workstation, the next thing you need to install is, because that VMware workstation is where the Kali Linux is going to be now. So the next thing you need to now download is the Kali Linux ISO file. So I just searched, all I searched was Kali Linux ISO. Now, the reason I'm moving this fast, the reason I'm moving this fast is so that you can rewatch the video and take it step by step and ask your questions on the group. All right. So we open the Kali Linux website, the official website, to get our ISO file. Kali Linux will not stress you like those other ones will stress you. Now, when you open Kali Linux, you can see that there's two different types to install here. This installer images for virtual machine. This thing that we put on download just now, this VMware workstation, is a virtual machine, VM. That's a virtual machine. Okay, and that's what we just downloaded. So now that means, is this one we want to download? The one for virtual machines, right? So I've clicked on it. So now they're asking you which virtual machine. VMware is one we downloaded, right? See VMware here. VirtualBox is another virtual machine. Hyper-V is another virtual machine. All these ones are different other virtual machines. So this is when you click VMware. It's 3.2 gig. Look at it, they wrote it here, 3.2 gig to download it. Just the Kali Linux ISO file. Okay, so it has started downloading. I just clicked on it, finish. Look at it, it has started downloading 3.3 gig. All right. So I'm not going to allow that to download because I already have the ISO file on my system. So you will allow your own to download. When it downloads, let me see if I can find it in my, if I can find the raw file in my system. Let me show you how to proceed from there. I should have the raw file. Okay, I do. Okay, so let me share. Let me share my screen. Just wait. Okay, so now I'm sharing this. I'm sharing my screen. I'm sure you can see it. Look at when you download your Kali Linux, you download as a zip file. You unzip it. When you unzip it, you unzip it into a folder, right? So it will download this one for you. This is the latest one. This Kali Linux. So I unzipped it to this folder. Okay, so if you open this, if you just keep opening now, there's a lot of things here. It's confusing. So you don't need to open it at all. Once you unzip your Kali into this file, once you unzip it and it produces this file for you, right? You don't need to come and be clicking anything here. Just avoid this folder. Okay. The only thing you need is your VMware that you just installed. Open the VMware. All right. You open it. Once you open your VMware, let me see if I can share that. Let me see if I can share that as well. So let me see if I can share that part as well. How to once you've installed the VMware. Okay. So that would mean I have to open my own VMware. Okay. My VMware is opening at the moment, all right? Okay, my VMware has opened up. So let me share that screen with you guys. No, it's not a Play Store. Wait, I didn't want to ask this question before. It's not a Play Store. Please, Lawrence asked. I cannot install Kalinos on Play Store. Kalinos is too heavy now. So system only. That for phones they use Temox. But I've never used Temox before. Temox is the operating system we use for hacking for phones. But I haven't used that before. I started hacking with my system. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to share this thing quickly. Okay, yes. So I'm currently sharing my VMware. All right. That's what you're seeing here now. So when you open your own VMware, this whole place here will be empty. This Kali will not be there. This one will not be there. This one will not be there. These are 3 different operating systems. All right, that are running on my own operating system. So since you have not installed anyone, it will not be there. Now the Kali ISO file you downloaded is what we will go and open. When we go and open the ISO file, that's when it will not appear in this region. Okay, these ones are the ISO files that I have opened up on my own VMware prior to this time. So what for you that have not done anything, you will just click on create a new virtual machine. Let me do that. Sorry, not create, open. Open a virtual machine, not create a new virtual machine. Open a virtual machine you will click on. So when you click on open a virtual machine, in my own, so all the now is in my downloads folder. Wait, can you see that? Let me see if you can see that. Okay, no, you cannot see that. That's good. Let me change what I'm sharing. Yes, okay. So when you click on open a virtual machine, right? Your downloads folder is going to come up. So in my downloads folder, this is my Kali Linux file that I unzipped. Remember, it was zipped, then we unzipped it. This is the folder, so I'll just open it. When you open it, it's another folder, just open it. Remember, there were so many things there that was confusing. All are gone now. It's just only the thing that I need that is there now, which is this .vmx file. So I just click on that and click on open. Finish, and to appear here. It's not appearing because it's already there for me. Okay, it's refreshed. I don't know if you saw that, but you refresh. This is it again. It has come back. I just hope that it will not clear all my progress. So, hey, Jesus, these people. Hey, anyways. So that is that. All right. So now that is the ISO file is here. I will just click on play virtual machine. The settings are already set for me. For you, when you are setting your virtual machine, let's go there. Let's click at it. Edit. There's one you can click edit virtual machine settings, or you just right click you can right click on Kali and click settings. So my settings bar is open up. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I don't think people can see it. No, I don't think you guys can see it. But for in the settings, right, you will see that you will ask to set the size of your memory. So for the memory, you want it if you are using an 8 gig RAM laptop, divide it by 2, then divide it by 2 again. That is the size you will use. So if you're using 8 gig RAM, the memory you set your Kali this Linux to run on is 2 gig. Usually the automatic memory there is okay. And then you will just see it on the right hand side, you write it there, recommended memory. Because you will check your system and tell you what's recommended. So you can just go with that. Just click on the recommended, use the recommended memory, which is 2 gig. For the network adapter, this is I'm saying now, right? You can just pause it when you're doing it, your installation, look for it on the screen and click it, okay? Your network adapter, click on it, set it to NAT, N-A-T. You see many options there. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them scare you. Just look for NAT. Click on NAT. The device status should be connect as on for that under network adapter, okay? Once you set those two, everything is usually okay. So you just click on OK. Then now to launch your Kali Linux, you just click on play virtual machine. So if I click on play virtual machine, you can see Kali Linux now is loading up. So based on how powerful your system is, it determine how fast this thing would load. Right. So you can see VMware is loading my Kali. So Kali has loaded. So just click on the first one here. It's loading. It's still loading. You said it's showing some binary numbers. What do you mean by that? Okay, so this one, see this dragon and this blue thing going through the dragon means your Kali Linux is loading. Okay. Now I haven't used Termux before, so if I'm going to guide you through Termux, I'm going to have to one use it first. I've never used Termux, but there are so many operating systems I told you guys before. But you definitely be able to find a tutorial for that. Scaling password scaling. Okay, or username is root and the password is root spelled backwards. Okay, still. So you can see it in the message box. So my Linux is wrong. I see the normal that click see SSH. So using this terminal, join using my phone to let you guys know that the network is bad, but we've covered the main things for installation of Kali Linux, right? So once you upload the video, just rewatch it, all right? And attempt to install it yourself. Then wherever you have questions, you let me know. And let me know in the group, all right? I'll guide you in answering that. So yeah, good night. Good night, everybody.